Hello there.
Hello there, guys. Josh Lloyd here. Sorry for the delay. Pre-game show for Sunday. I was just recording segments for Locked On NBA, and we just had to push that one back a couple of minutes, but we're here now. And just in time to hear the great news that, of course, Goga Badadze and Jeremy Lamb are both out for the Indiana Pacers. So let's fire up our O'Shea Brissettes again. Dougie McDermott returns to action over there. So I'm just trying to adjust all the rotations over on Basketball Monster. But we are here. We are ready to go. Let's flip over so you can see the confirmed lineups that we have already on the screen. Few of those there. Let's just run through them now. Of course, 3 games are already done. But the first game coming up now, we've got the Cavs without Colin Sexton. They're starting Garland, Okoro, the Discman, Chetty Osman, who's gone from a DMP for 5 straight games to starting. Cool. Kevin Love and Jarrett Allen. And then the Wizards are going with Russell Westbrook, Hal Neto, Bradley Beal, Anthony Gill, and Alex Len. Is there any more stupidity than some of these lineups that are getting chucked out today? I'm not even going to get started on the bullshit that is Grayson Allen and Dylan Brooks over D'Anthony Melton. We also have the Magic confirmed lineup of Cole Anthony, speaking of stupidity, the Shark, Dwayne Bacon, Gary Harris, Chuma Akiki, and Wendell Carter Jr., who returns, but he will be on a minutes limit. Clint Capella is in for Atlanta. That's awesome, while Rashawn Holmes looks like he'll return for the Sacramento Kings today. How is everyone? How are your weekends? How are your playoff matchups going? Oh, man, I am back. Whew. All right. Let's go. We are going to, let's just crack in. Let's talk Fanduel lineups to start things off. I think we have to, unfortunately, look at the Discman, Chetty Osman. He's a minimum salary player, basically, on Fanduel, 3,600. Now, I don't like it. I don't think he's very good, but there is going to be an opportunity without Sexo there for him to put up some shots. So I think that works. Hal Neto at 4,300 looks pretty spicy to me. Wendell Carter at 64, I'd be a little hesitant just with the minutes limit there for him. I do like Cole Anthony somewhat at 6,500. I wouldn't get completely rigid about it, but I think that there is something in that. Jarrett Allen at 61, yeah, maybe. To be honest, there's not a lot that I'm loving on Fanduel. I do like Tyrese Halliburton at 5,800. I think that makes quite a bit of sense. I like Delon Wright at 5,900. Even though they're obviously on the same team playing the same position, there is an opportunity here for Delon to really step up with some big minutes. I like Edmund Sumner at 3,900 quite a bit as well. He's going to be starting. He's been playing a lot of minutes. He's going to get quite a bit of usage there. Just going through to see if there's any more news. We've already confirmed the Wizards starting lineups. Who else do we like? I like TJ McConnell a lot, but it's another point guard. Darius Garland, another point guard. There's a lot of point guard value. I think that's the message I'm trying to get you to take away from this over on Fanduel. 6,900 for John Collins doesn't excite me as much with Clint Capella back, so I'll probably leave that one pretty much well alone. I like Fanapants Kevin Huerter at 5,700. I like Bogdan Bogdanovic at 7,300 as well. So if I look at some lineup options, I'm still not completely sold on that, so I'm just going to redo a few of those things there because I didn't like how that lineup shaped out in the end. Get rid of him, I think. So just redoing my lineup there on Fanduel. All right, let's do it this way. Neto and Sumner at point guard, Bacon and Halliburton at shooting guard, Bogdan, and Kelly Oubre Jr. Johnny Collins I will slide in there just because I need that salary to match up. Gianni Antetokounmpo and Clint Capella. That is a Fanduel lineup for today, but I'm not feeling particularly comfortable with it. It doesn't feel great. What else have we got going on today? Mo Bamba, of course, coming off the bench for the Orlando Magic with the return of Wendell Carter Jr. In terms of DraftKings, Osman's almost minimum salary. We like that. We like Brissett. We like Sumner. Literal minimum salary, Jakar Sampson. He's going to start at center, would be my guess. I think he works for us there as well. Garland at 72, Cole Anthony, Rashawn Holmes, Russ Westbrook at 11,000. We like that one as well. I've got way too much. I'm looking at my line. I've got way too much salary left over there on DraftKings with building that one. So I'm just going to redo that situation. Still not working out. Let's retry that. Isaac Okoro, maybe. I'm not 100% convinced on that one, though. You know what? I can't find the right combination of guys here on DraftKings, so I'm just going to go with this one. Darius Garland, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry. Delon Wright, Chetty Osman, Edmund Sumner, O'Shea Brissett, and Kevon Looney. That is a DraftKings lineup that I'm going to be going with. talk about how good Nurkic is, mate. I think it speaks for itself, to be honest. I don't need to go in there and tell you he's good, because I'm pretty sure you'll know he's good. It just frustrates me that he wasn't good and had so many injuries to begin this season. Let's look at Yahoo here. Love Darius Garland on Yahoo. Love Karis LeVert on Yahoo. Love Rashawn Holmes and love Bogdan Bogdanovic. There's some really, really good value in those blokes over on Yahoo to kick things off. Delon Wright at $11 looks pretty bloody good to me as well. I like Poole. I like Sumner. I like Bertans, Lou Williams, Hull Neto, Jakar Sampson as well. Here's a Yahoo lineup. Darius Garland, Delon Wright, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Karis LeVert, Edmund Sumner, Gianni Antetokounmpo, O'Shea Brissett, and Rashawn Holmes. Whew. That was quick. Elijah King is none a pickup. Is it 3 weeks ago, Elijah? Yes, he's been a pickup literally for 3 weeks. Obviously you haven't been listening to every show, which is fine. Nobody can listen to every show except for me. I have to sit through that bullshit the whole time. But yeah, none's been a pickup for a very, very long time. Ever since Oladipo went down, he was a clear add at that point. So if you haven't added him now, it's not too late, obviously, because your league's still asleep. So he's available, so go and add him. I know Timmy's out here talking draft stars. So Tim, we are going to fire up a draft stars lineup for today. Let me just bring that up for you. Just getting my data up on the screen. If everything would work properly. Do I think Dorian Finney-Smith will play all 5 games this week? I would believe so, yes, but I do not know. Any reason to believe that Rashawn Holmes or Clint Capella will sit the second half of the back-to-back? I would think that there is a very, very definite chance of that, yes. I don't think it's more than 50%, but I think there is a large chance of that happening. All right, let's do draft stars, Tim. I know you're waiting with anxious anticipation for me to talk about that. I know you're not, actually, but let's go. O'Shea Brissett, love it. Edmund Sumner, love it. Bacon, maybe. Jakar Sampson, absolute minimum, love it. Delon Wright, really good. Cole Anthony, like it. Jordy Poole at 8,000, maybe. John Collins at 11,000, that works. Tyrese Halliburton, Rashawn Holmes, Karis LeVert. They all look really good over on Draft Stars. But let's go ahead and crank out a lineup and see exactly how that will play out once I just find what I'm doing. Here we go. Cole Anthony, Delon Wright, Bradley Beal, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Edmund Sumner, O'Shea Brissett, Johnny Collins, Gianni Antetokounmpo, and Jakar Sampson. This is the assumption that Sampson starts at center, which I think is a pretty fair assumption at this stage. Is KCP a hold? Your league's got to be pretty deep, my guy. He's not a 12-team league guy. Maybe he's a 14-team league guy. But even then, he's going to play tomorrow, but I wouldn't have him as a 12-team league guy. Will Fox end up missing the rest of the season? I doubt that, Ryan. But 10 to 14 days. We've got 21 days left. You're not going to get huge amounts out of him, are you? Should I activate Rashawn Holmes? Is he restricted? We haven't heard anything. I think that he'll play relatively full minutes. You know how disappointing it is today, guys, that we have got this show going on, and I didn't even have time to crank up a coffee. Isn't that disappointing? How are my teams going in the finals? I got knocked out last week, unfortunately. So yeah, shit stuff. Why isn't Goodwin starting? We don't know whether he's starting or not today. They haven't confirmed their lineup. He didn't start last game. If I was them, given how well he played, I would start him over Solomon Hill very, very easily. But we don't know that yet. They decided that they were going to go big and put Solomon Hill out of position at the 3, which I don't think is a good decision. But hey, there you go. That's what they did. We might have Goody starting today, though. TJ Carrion, I just answered that. I do think that there is a good chance that Finney-Smith plays all 5 games, yes. But I don't know. Karis LeVert apparently was ill yesterday, but he's going to play today. And TJ McConnell's got a banged up shoulder, but he is also going to play. Barnes is cheap on draft stars. You're right, Tim. Well, that was a hectic start to the day, man. It's been busy. There's so much shit to do. But here we are, talking fantasy, talking NBA games. Those of you interested in how my coaching career is going, we had a draw yesterday. A draw on Anzac Day. Just like the first Anzac Day, Collingwood, Essendon, Blockbuster, we had a draw. What an absolute shit finish to that game that was yesterday. Oh my God, 49 apiece. The cup's here, it's just empty. And I don't want to go and put it on because, A, there's not enough water in my espresso machine, and it also makes a lot of noise. And I don't have my assistant, Obi, here to go fill up the water for me. What are we doing with Larry Nance? Ermis says, I think I mentioned this a few times. I do not think that he's worth holding, personally. We'll see what he does today, but I don't think he's really worth holding. He's just not getting enough run. And that's going to make it tough, obviously. I heard reports today that James Harden might miss the rest of the regular season. That's not a surprise to me. Jello Jiggle Man, Josh, did you know there's a J Lloyd when you do a player search in Yahoo? Yeah, Jordan Lloyd, which is my brother's name. Big kudos if you know what team he's listed on. Jordan Lloyd used to play for the Raptors. He plays in Europe now. I don't know if he's still listed on the Raptors for on Yahoo. Jello Jiggle Man, because he definitely played for the Raptors. Jakob Poeltl, Jaren Jackson, standard points league rest of the season. The way that Jackson's going, it's probably him. Riley James, the draw was brutal, especially when we had a kick. The ball was in the air from the pocket and in the siren rang, and it went across the face of goal, bounced on the edge of the goal, on the at one of the goal lines, not the actual goal line, the line of the square coming out, and then bounced out. Could have gone in for a point. As our guy was centering it to someone in the goal square, went over his head, bounced on the line, and the siren rang. Just an absolute shit finish. You reckon the kids took it well? Yeah, not at all. Is Ja Morant back? I don't know. It's what annoys me, not about Ja Morant. Is I like Ja Morant. I think he's a good player, but he gets so overhyped. It's not funny. But he is playing really well at the moment, like really well, getting steals, hitting threes, the scoring's up. He looks to be back in business finally, which is great news because obviously he had some pretty massive struggles to begin this season. But this is a very, very strong string of games from Ja. Who do I think will come back first, Ball or Hayward? I would say LaMelo Ball pretty clearly there. Drop Rob Williams? Probably. Yeah, we just don't know when he's coming back. That's the problem here. Look, when he comes back, he's going to be a clear must roster, but we don't know. And when you have those unknowns, it is really tough. Dwayne Castillo, who do I think will return this week? My team's decimated going into the playoffs. Dwayne, this isn't your fault because this word has taken on a new meaning in the world. But decimated doesn't mean what I think majority of us think it means. Decimated means reduced by 10%. But we'll use it as in like completely obliterated. Anyway, who do I think is going to return this week? Trae Young, no. Jaren Jackson, well, he's already returned, so he'll be back. Chris Boucher, no chance. DeAndre Hunter, no chance. Miles Turner, no chance. Terrence Ross, maybe. But Jaren Jackson's already back. Roby or Tony Bradley for the 5 games? It's got to be Roby. Who does the intro after Bolton? If it's not your partner, can I do it with my voice? No peas. It's not my partner. No, it's the locked on person, which I have no ability to change. I feel like I'm just dizzy. There's just so much stuff been going on this morning. Just checking, make sure our news is all up to date. Yep, we're all good. The only status we're waiting on here, Bryn Forbes is a game time decision for those of you in a million deep leagues. And Rashawn Holmes is listed as probable. The Pacers starting lineup, I guess, is a question mark. The Hawks starting lineup is a little bit of a question mark as well. And whether they start Michael Mulder back in Golden State or whether they put Kelly Oubre back into that spot. Is Teo Maledon a good pickup with 5 games? Yeah, but he's going to... The 5 games means that he is going to kill your field goal percentage even more. Joshua Champagne, if someone added a player at 4 p.m. and started him for today, should he forfeit his match for the week? Correct. I I don't know. I don't. Is that against your rules? What's 4 p.m.? Yeah, that is what, after the first two games started? Do you have a rule where the players have to be added before that first game starts? Then if so, then yes. Then somebody cheated, obviously, to get that in there. Why do I think Damian Lillard plays worse when CJ is in? I have no idea, because it's never been the case in the past. So it doesn't really make sense. It just feels like... And this started off the season where CJ McCollum had this really high fantasy ranking. Oh, Jesus, why is McCollum's usage so high? Why is he putting up all these numbers when he's always been that second option? So maybe it's something there in the coaching with Stotts giving the ball to CJ more. CJ just saying, screw this shit, I'm going to take more shots. And Lillard being, hey, what's going on here? But it definitely happened at the start of the year where CJ's usage was way up compared to Lillard and way up from where it had been in the past. I went, there's no way. Like, this is going to balance itself out. And it just hasn't. There's got to be something that's changing in that area. Is Kevin Porter a no-go for next week? Not that I've heard. I think he should be back this week, but I don't know. Yeah, he's league commissioner, so rule is lock at first game. Well, that's bullshit then. That's an obviously cheating move. But how does he forfeit? How are you going to make him forfeit if he's commissioner? That's some absolute... Why are people such assholes? Like, that is just absolute blatant cheating. Ghost St. Patrick. Why do I think that the table, Montrezl Harrell, picked up that DMP last night? Let's get a few things out of the way. Montrezl Harrell isn't as good as you think he is. Oh, he's a sixth man of the year. That's cool. Can't shoot, can't defend. Right, he goes in there, he beats up on backup centers. But for what the Lakers need, I don't think he is the right option for them. And I didn't like the signing when it happened. We have seen his minutes being reduced drastically. And Vogel said we wanted to make sure we keep all three centers sharp. I tell you who's sharp. Yeah, Marcus Sol's absolutely acerbic responses to people. They are razor sharp because he is not happy with that situation. And that you want to get different looks at lineups for the playoffs. And I tell you what I think that means. That Harrell's not going to play in the playoffs very much at all. So I think it's part of that is just seeing how do our bench rotations work when Harrell's not in there. Because come playoff time, he's not going to be playing. That's how I interpret that. He'll come back and he'll play some games here for sure. But yeah, it is hard to work out when that's going to be. Ethan C says, why don't you answer my questions? What am I doing wrong? Well, let me tell you, Ethan, you asked this question, who should I get for McCall Bridges and CP3 in a 12-team ESPN standard points league? Well, what does that mean? You're doing a trade? Who do you get? You get who you can get. You see who you think. Look at their averages, their current averages, their recent averages. Look for players who might play more games over the coming weeks. I can't believe you're still able to do a trade to start off with. But who should I get is very different to who can you get. So you have to engage in conversations with your other managers. I can't say you go and get Yanni and then you go to the other person and go, you have to give me Yanni now. It's not how trading works. So you can look and why are you trying to get rid of them? I guess is the point. Did I like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier finale? Bits of it. Other bits I thought were a bit off. Didn't really like the new costume, especially the headpiece. I was out on that. Didn't like the Power Broker stuff. I liked it in general. There's just a few things that were a bit off to me. Should I pick up Ball from the Wire and ESPN Points League? Michael, in general, the answer to that's going to be yes, but it depends. Do you have... Who are you dropping? Can you deal with the fact that LaMelo may not come back this week? Are you in a do-or-die battle where if you have him and you get zeros for the week, you lose? All these are things that you need to factor in for sure. Is Poole a better streamer than Sumner? Probably. Why are trades still open in these leagues? I do not understand that at all. Do I drop Jalen McDaniels? I think he can do that, yeah. Donny Ramanzani, I mentioned this yesterday. Is it looking like Sexton is out for next week? Anytime it's a concussion, the answer is I have no idea. Nobody does. There is no set timetable for concussions. Sexton could be back next game. He might miss the rest of the season. That's literally a possibility. We just have no idea. Michael, if you're smacking your opponent, then add ball and see what happens. If you need to drop him, you drop him. So add him and figure it out. Jonathan Daytush, first round finishing tonight. I have Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, Christian Wood, Porzingis, Wendell Carter, Kevin Porter on your team. Yes, it happened. So heartbreaking. There's a couple of blokes there you can drop, though. Yeah, Kevin Porter's ass can be out of there. Do I think Corey Joseph plays tomorrow? I have no reason to suspect that he doesn't. What does RET mean, True Bandit? I assume you mean on that list. It's our on that screen. That's our designation. It's gone now, but that's our designation to say that someone had to go to the locker room and then they returned to play, which is what happened to Ja Morant. So I assume that's what you're asking me about. Congratulations, No Ps. Good lead there. Should I drop Thad Young for Kem Birch? Look, you get that extra 2 games or 1 game. So yeah, I think you have to do that. And there'll be more minutes as well for Kem. I would do it. But remember, can you actually use Kem Birch for all 5 games? That's another key question you got to ask yourself. All right, we're getting close to the end of this show. Don't worry, we'll be back with a what to watch for later on. I've done a waiver wire show early today already. And then our standard recap show will be coming. And I'm going to be recording some Locked On NBA here too today. All right, just going through, making sure our news looks all right. Is it smart to hold on to a player and not play him just so the other managers won't take him? Well, I'm not sure what you... Okay, I'd say in general, no, right? Because why... If you're so worried about the opponent taking him and playing him, then wouldn't you just play him and get those stats? And if he's so bad to you that you don't play him, then surely you'd want your opponent to play him in that scenario so that they get the badness that you're avoiding. I'm not saying that I don't think you should drop Covington because that's who you're talking about here. But I'm not sure that that's the right way to value it, to be honest. DG, 9-cat, Isaiah Roby, Moses Brown, or Pat Connaughton. Who do I get going for field goals, threes, rebounds, blocks, steals? I think it's going to be Roby, to be honest. Do I expect a big increase in playing time for Halliburton? I expect a couple of extra minutes, yes. But it's more ball handling and usage that's going to be improving there for him. Is Will the Thriller drop? Has to be. Has to be. He's not that good that he can deal with a guy dealing with a hammy. Any views on Ben Simmons? Is it really an illness or could it be related to some story about his sister? I don't know anything about his sister. I don't care to know anything about his sister. I don't care about conspiracy theories either. If they say he's out ill, then he's ill. And that illness could be he's got the flu, he's got tuberculosis, he's got mental illness. I don't give a shit what it is. He's out and he's out. I just honestly don't care. All right, we're getting ready to wrap this one up in a few minutes. So just get some last questions in if you've got them, and we'll just keep an eye on the news over here to see exactly what's going on. Make sure nothing major is breaking as we're waiting for stuff to kick off here. All right. Jeffrey Curry. Remember that time when Josh advised us to drop Jaren Jackson? I'll never trust him after that. Oh, do you mean a bloke that was drafted and then didn't play for 5 months? Cool. I'm glad that you're able to hold on to a guy without injured reserve for 5 months. If you're able to do that, then by all means. Now, most people obviously can't do that and make the playoffs. So if you can't trust me after that, that's a decision that you need to make. Still on right, a good keep for this week. Yes, he is. His most surprising fantasy player of the year is Julius Randle. I think it has to be. Yes. Is Darius Baisley a keep for next week? Yes. Got 5 games. You got to. He's going to have some field goal percentage issues for sure. But yeah, 5 games you have to. Yeah. Should I play Bumba today? Look, if you've got the space to do it, I don't really see why you wouldn't. Like, that's just maximizing more stats that come in. So why wouldn't you? Unless you're talking DFS, then I wouldn't. Mikhail Khan. Will Ken Burch play all 5 games? I would expect so, yes. But again, anything can change there. Will Trae Young be back on Monday? Almost zero chance of that, Noam. Absolutely no way. Is Dort a good keep for this week? There is no way, in my opinion, that Lou Dort plays 5 games this week. Maximum 4, probably 3. Yes, guys, 12. I've said this a lot of times as well. Finney Smith is a 12-man ad with the 5 games this week. If you can play him on those 5 days. Remember, if you add him and you've got full rosters Monday, Wednesday, yeah, are you going to get 4 games out of him? Do you get 3 games out of him for the week? Yeah, you really do need to pay attention to that. Appreciate that, Tim Sauce. All right, we're going to wrap this one up. Appreciate everybody being here. Good luck with everything. I'll be back later in the day. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. Guys, we are done here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. See ya.